Hi, and welcome back to the series Casting an Actor's Perspective. My name is John, and this is episode 3, Know Your Place. And no, I'm not scolding you. What I want you to start understanding what your place is in the story every time you walk into the audition room. Now, what does that mean? That means that when you walk in and you have an audition, you're excited, right? You've got these sides. You know, it's only a line or two, or maybe it's a page or maybe 2 pages, but you're looking at it and you're excited. You want the job and you want to go in there and you want to show them every acting skill you've ever learned and accumulated and built in your life. And you want to just be like, check me out. I'm here. I've arrived on the scene. That can be a big mistake. And here's why. You have to know what your place is in the story. So when we're first starting out, it's very important for us to become these characters who help move the story along. For example, the person who waits on the star of the show or the star of the movie, or the person who brings in the reports to the star of the show or the movie. Some little interaction that helps the main character or one of the main characters who is starting off in this direction going this way, and then suddenly they meet you, this co-star person, this guest star person, and suddenly that interaction, however brief, says, oh, the main character needs to go that way instead. Your purpose in this is just to move the story along. You're not there to take focus, to steal a scene, to do anything that might upset the balance of the show. If you're watching a TV show and the waiter who's waiting on the star of the show does something strange or weird or has this big bombastic voice or whatever might happen, right? For whatever choices that they decided to make, and you're sitting there at home watching the TV show, as soon as you see that person come on screen and do that weird sort of thing, it's immediately going to take you out and be like, what the hell were they doing? What were they thinking? Why did they do that? Casting directors, producers, studio execs are all thinking the same thing. What they need is they need to be able to trust you to come in and move the story along and get out of the way. And that's really it. And I know you're excited and I know you want to show off and I know you want to come in and be like, I'm a great actor. And you are. But right now is not the time for you to show off all of the wares that you have as an actor, all of the skill sets that you have as an actor. You want to come in and make everyone comfortable. Everyone else in that room needs to be so comfortable with you because you come in and you realize, I'm just here to move the story along. So I'm just going to play this nice and smooth and easy. And I'm going to give you exactly what you need, and I'm going to be natural in it. I'm going to be authentic to myself, and we're just going to move the story along. And as soon as you do that, as soon as you approach your audition like that, you're already in the running to book the job. Now, later on, as you build your career, and you start getting those co-stars, and you build guest stars on top of that, and then you start building recurring guest stars on top of that, and then you start going out for series regulars or series leads, pull out all the stops. Dip into that tool bag. Grab all those beautiful tools that you have cultivated and nurtured and put your blood, sweat, and tears into. And then show off everything you got. No problem. But when we're just getting started and early on in our careers, for a little while, all they really need to know is, can they trust you to do the work? Can you deliver the lines in a natural way that's realistic, that feels relatable, and takes us along seamlessly so that there are no weird or strange or different interruptions or hiccups along the way once the final edit is put together. That's all you're there to do. And I know that's difficult. I know you want to show off. Believe me, I did this so many times early on where I would come in and I would think, oh man, this guy's offended in this scene. Well, why is he offended? Well, let's go back to his childhood and figure out what his mother said to him in order to make him be so sensitive to that kind of thing. And now he's going to explode, or he's going to have this offended moment with this main character. That's all bullshit. That's all so unnecessary. All I need to do is come in and just be John. I need to be John, offended. And how do I react when I get offended? In those given circumstances for that particular audition, give yourself all of that stuff. Go back to what we talked about last week. Know your first beat, know the given circumstances of that scene, and then forget the rest. I'm going to go in and I'm going to do that as John, as myself. However I would react and respond, and all the feelings that I might have if I were actually offended by someone, I'm just going to do that. I'm not going to try to make a meal out of it. I'm not going to chew up all the scenery. I'm just going to come in and be, all right, well, this is John. This is me. This is how I react. This is how I am when I'm offended. Here you go. And it becomes so much more naturalistic, so much more easy to see you in that role and to cast you in that role, because you're not going to do anything that takes away from the story. All you're going to do is blend seamlessly into the story so that the story just keeps on moving. And that's all they're looking for. Do your homework. Be smart. Again, know your first beat. Forget the rest. Know your given circumstances and your first beat and forget the rest. But come in and just be you and be your natural self in those given circumstances. And then take the journey and see where you go. And I promise you, casting and everyone else will come along with you, because it'll be so easy to take that natural ride. And when I say easy, don't mistake what I mean by that, because it can still be easy even though you're angry. It can still be easy even though you're supposed to be crying. It can still be easy even though you're supposed to be offended or joyful or overwhelmed or whatever it is. And I'm giving you states, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Just be yourself in those given circumstances, and it makes everybody relax. And even if it's an emotional scene, even if it's just a tragic scene, it'll still be easy to go on that journey with you. All right, that's it for this episode. But look, I have one favor to ask of you. If you're getting any value out of this, I just ask that you please share this with anyone that you think might find some value in it as well. I want to help whoever I can, because I know I felt so lost early on in my career, and I don't want people to feel that way. I want to give you the insider information that I have so that I can help you elevate your game the way that I'm trying to elevate my game. And believe me, it's an ongoing process. I don't have all the answers. I am not the perfect auditioner. I'm not the perfect actor. I just happen to have seen quite a bit of things that I think can help all of us reach our goals and reach the highest echelons of those goals. So if you're getting value from this, please share. And if you ever have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate. I will happily respond to everybody's questions and comments as fast as I can, and I really welcome the conversation. And I hope that you'll join me next week for episode 4. Make your audition about the reader. All right, I'll see you next week. Thanks so much.